high spots and low shots. Hell, my low shot is John Cena. I mean, not even.
He actually lost a match tonight. Oh my God.
He not only lost a match, but it was a match that not only does have the implications of, he lost momentum on the road to Royal Rumble. Like, this was his chance to set things right. This was his chance to be not such a shitty person and help the people that have helped him. And he failed. You suck, dude.
He failed at being a less terrible human being.
Yeah. Congratulations there.
Don't you love it when I frame it that way?
I do. I really do. He sucks so bad. Oh, man. Now he can go back to his home on Total Divas and berate Nikki Bella for why there's water on his counter. What is this? His home looks lived in. God, you're horrible.
Wait, you mean this isn't going to be just like a one-time thing? You mean this is going to actually happen more?
Yeah, we already ate once, and you actually ate on my countertop. I mean, is this okay?
What are you planning on doing with those dishes?
Yeah, I just want to show you this cohabitation agreement, because you being in my house really has me on edge. But yeah, John Cena is my low shot. Who's your low shot?
My low shot is the Oregon Ducks, because they lost the national championship. No, my actual low shot though is I don't know. It's tempted to just agree with you and we'll just have unanimous low shot and high spot tonight. But I think my low shot is going to be. Who's it going to be? Come on, John, help me out here. Who's it going to be?
No, it can't be Ambrose, because he got in the Rumble match at least when they tried to take it away from him.
No, you know what? It's going to be John Cena. Well, yeah, I'm just going to stick with you. I'm just going to say it's John Cena. Because really, there were other people that had kind of iffy nights, but nobody had a genuinely awful night. And because like everybody that lost a match, it either A, wasn't a big deal match, or B, got some form of comeuppance afterwards. Like Paige, for example. She lost to Brie Bella, but then she got a nice smack in on Tyson Kidd, and she didn't look weak in the loss. It was just a roll-up.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, Cena got absolutely destroyed by the Lumberjacks, namely the Big Show. It took forever for Rollins to finally get to cover him, and he still ended up losing. And he couldn't overcome for once, which is nice. But
yeah,
and then he got shown up both on the mic and as far as physicality goes in the final segment. So as much as I'd like to be unique on this, we're just going to have unanimousness all the way across the board.
Yeah, so I mean, who do you think our high spot is, people?
Seth Rollins!
Freaking Rollins!
Although
yeah,
I was
baby.
tempted to make it Justin Gabriel because he was actually on TV this week.
Yeah, you have fun with that. And so, it had to be unanimous for us. I mean, who did better than Seth Rollins tonight? Really, it's not even the fact that he won a match. To me, what really sealed this for me was his mic work.
Yes.
Was this
oh my God!
segment.
The fact that he was able to hold his own with Paul Heyman and make John Cena look like a scrub on the mic in the same segment. It's just, if you would have told me that Seth Rollins would have been able to do that, and if you would have told me that 3 years ago, I probably would have laughed you in the face.
I've been praising Seth for quite some time now with his heel work and how I'm enjoying his run as Mr. Money in the Bank. But this segment, he just took it to a whole nother place tonight. I'm really excited what he's going to do next week for the Go Home show. Hell, maybe he'll be on SmackDown this Thursday. I don't know. But I'm just excited what he's going to do then. And certainly in the Royal Rumble match, dude, those interactions physically between him and Lesnar, I am just going to be just so hooked. In fact, it's probably going to be like a lot what happened tonight. They're going to be interacting and having an altercation. I'm going to be all into it. And then when John Cena interjects, I'm just going to be like, oh, crap, I forgot he was in it. Because Rollins really stood out to me, and I hate to say it, but like Cena looked almost forgettable in this segment. And
he was completely forgettable.
And really, here's the hilarious part, though, is that before Rollins' addition, the whole thing about this matchup was that it was Cena Lesnar 3, just the whole third bout over the WWE World Heavyweight title.
And this little wrinkle has made it 10 times more interesting.
Not only has it made it 10 times more interesting, but this little wrinkle, as you called it, I think it's totally taken away the steam from the whole John Cena redemption story. Seth Rollins has effectively, in my eyes, stolen the spotlight from John Cena. And it's just so
How
amazing.
great does that feel to be able to say?
It does, because normally it's the inverse, right? Because normally it's the guy that's coming in hot, and then they're like, oh, let's get Cena involved in this, and it's Cena that takes it away. No, for once now
John Cena's thunder has officially been stolen.
You're damn right it has. And you know what? For all the times that Cena cut promos against guys like, oh, Rollins, go in the corner, kid, because the adults are talking. Or, oh, Randy.
Yeah. Dude, in hindsight, he looks like such an idiot after that.
He does. Or the times like, oh, Randy, we know you can't step up because you have a glass jaw on your account.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, John? For every time that you said that, I am reveling in what Rollins has done to you. Screw off. Pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Go Seth Rollins. I think I'm really rooting for him this time. Either him or Lesnar to retain. If Cena wins and cinches his 16th, tied with Flair officially, 16th world title, I may just have to bring a brown bag with me for this match just to prepare for the worst.
He's going to. We'll talk about that more when we do.
We will. When the time comes, we are really going to have it out. And that's a conversation I'm very much looking forward to having. But we still have 2 segments to take care of.
Let me just put it this way. I am not a betting man, but I would put money on John Cena winning that match.
And I'm not going to touch it right now. Again, that's going to be a conversation worth having when the time comes. But conversation I would like to have right now is what our Raw requests are, because that's the next segment. Ashton, what's your Raw request?
My Raw request is to give, I don't know. Let me just do this. Rather than have a 20-minute opening segment each week, make it 15 and use those extra 5 minutes to give 5 different guys a minute worth of mic time, just randomly on the mic in the ring, like what the Big Show had tonight, to get them over.
You kind of took mine. I like that, because what I was going to say was, rather than always doing like an opening segment, why don't you have a cold open on Raw every once in a while and do a match? But since you
you do that, because that's completely different. Like, mine is less about the opening segment and more about just being able to fit time onto your card for just guys to come out and talk, like what Ryback did the other week, or like what the Big Show did tonight, except somebody who isn't the Big Show, who's actually good.
Yeah, or just somebody that we really don't know a lot about, kind of like how,
Dude, Tyson Kidd even.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd, or just somebody like that.
Adam Rose, Tyson Kidd, like literally any of the 6 guys who were involved in that match tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. And I guess if you're really okay with it, I will go with what I originally intended to be my Raw request, and that's try a cold open every once in a while with a matchup. I mean, it is so bad. It is so bad that on the Monday Night Raw Tweet-Off thread tonight, which I was very, again, happy to be a part of, one of Abel's first posts was, I predict that the opening segment will be an Authority promo, # not so bold predictions.
It wasn't. It was John Cena.
Well, I mean, it was, but then the Authority did end up getting involved, though, and being a part of that.
Yeah,
so, regardless, I mean, to me, that's just splitting hairs. And it's just the idea that, it's become so formulaic. What about, a cold open, we're going to open up with a United States Championship. Oh, well, that's interesting. You've certainly got my attention. Who's he going to? Things like that. To me, while I love the Authority, and while John Cena, depending on what kind of promo he was giving, can be tolerable or outright horrible, I'd like something more engaging, something a little bit more different to open. So I think that'll be my Raw request.
There you go.
With that said, we go to our main event segment, 30-second hot seat. And Ashton, what do you have for me this week?
Oh, man. See, the difficult part about this is that I have to come up with something that isn't going to be a part of our Royal Rumble preview and predictions discussion next week.
Right.
Oh, man. All right. I'll tell you what. Let's just do this. Do you think that the Dean Ambrose-Rusev feud is going to actually be a thing? Or do you think that it's just a hold me over until Ryback gets his job back? And because Ryback, Ziggler, and you know what? Erase that first part. Let's just do this. Because Ryback, Ziggler, and Rowan did not get their job back this week, and because they did exactly what you said they would do, they gave John Cena the opportunity to win their jobs back, but he failed. How do you see them getting their jobs back? And more importantly, when do you see that happening? You have 30 seconds and your time starts now.
Okay, I see them getting their jobs back next week on Raw before the Royal Rumble. They're probably going to crash the show, and even though this probably won't happen, I just got to give an example before my time's up. Maybe they all circle Seth Rollins and promise to severely beat him down and take him out, and the Authority caves, to protect Seth Rollins, and they say, fine, we'll give you your jobs back, just don't hurt him, and then it just ends a big brawl to end the show for the go-home show. So
I have a strange feeling that little rumor floating around last week that them showing up as a part of like Sting's little army might actually happen.
that would be so cool.
Because there were rumors floating around that Sting might actually show up tonight, and now there are rumors floating around that Sting might show up at Rumble, and so like I don't know. It's like, how active is he going to be?
I really liked your idea. That they all come out. And they're donning like the Sting garb in terms of like the face paint, and then they got this cool logo going on. Because I will say this: if John Cena won tonight, it would have been a heat of the night for me. But not just for the fact that Seth Rollins loses John Cena yet again, even with all the help, and losing momentum for Rumble. It would have been a heat of the night because I didn't want John Cena to come to their rescue.
Right. Exactly. I want them to take it into their own hands for once.
Exactly, and I think I even said that on Tweet, or I said it somewhere. Like, I want these guys to empower themselves and get their own jobs back, especially Ziggler, because Ryback's also on my mind too. But Ziggler's the one that.
But it's Dolph Ziggler and those other guys.
Yeah, it really is, to be fair, because he got the win at Survivor Series. He's been, I think, one of the bigger focuses. And for John Cena to come in and save him like he's some kind of helpless child doesn't do anybody any favors. So I was happy that he lost tonight for that reason, because now it's going to be on Dolph and Ryback and Rowan to come in, shake things up, and get their own job back and get those Rumble numbers. And I am intrigued about how they're going to do it. And depending on how they do it, maybe this won't have been a bunch of crap after all. Yeah. So I'm excited to see how that goes down. So, with that said, Ashton, do you have any concluding remarks about this Raw?
No, sir.
All right, guys. This has been Monday Night Raw. This has been TwitWow, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton. Guys, be sure to comment and subscribe on YouTube. What did you think of Monday Night Raw this week? Did Seth Rollins shine brighter than anybody? Who stood out in your eyes? Also, be sure to take the discussion over to Puitoff, an amazing pro wrestling group. And we will see you again. How is this going to work, Ashton? For both, I guess?
We're going to do NXT. NXT will be up before Lucha Underground.
Okay, so I guess by all technicality, we will see you again for our NXT review, where Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn collide one more time for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. Don't miss it. See you then, guys.